The defendant is present, all counsel present, jury, and alternates are present. Mr. Baker is still under oath. People may continue.
All right, we were talking about the date of January 12th. Again, now we're looking at close to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. See all these communications that are going on pretty much the entire afternoon now. 5 o'clock, the entire evening, right? See that?
Yes, I see it.
And now, again, line 162. Another conversation between you and Birdsong. Over 17 minutes in length. Do you see that?
That's what it says.
And at the same time, you're messaging back and forth with Monica. Right?
That's what it says.
And on page 5, again, continuing on January 12th, late afternoon into the evening hours. Now we're looking in the 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. All the way to midnight, right? And through the early morning hours into the 13th, right? 11 minutes after midnight, so that would be now the 13th, right?
That's what it says.
Page 6. Again, just after midnight, back and forth with Monica, and then 4 in the morning, California time, a text between you and Austin, and then starting at 7:24 again, picking up between you and Monica again. See? Yes?
That's what it says.
Just starting to refresh your recollection as to what would have been so critical during this 3-day period?
It's argumentative.
Overruled.
Not really.
Okay. And then again, line 222, a text message with Austin, 1:16 in the afternoon, and again, all afternoon back and forth with Monica, and then you have a call with her for 15 minutes. See that?
That's what it says.
3:15, and then back to Vibering. Page 7. All afternoon again between you and Monica. See that? Till the evening again. Yes?
That's what it says.
Bless you. Page 8. The evening hours on the 13th. Just before 7 o'clock. All the way again to 11 o'clock at night, every minute. Again, page 9, calls right up until midnight. Back and forth between you and Monica, right? Correct?
That's what it says.
Page 10. Continuing on. And the last page, page 11. Continuously until midnight on the 13th. See that?
That's what it says.
showing you what's been marked previously as People's 183, which is on a DVD. Recognize this as your name and your address where you were living at the time?
I do.
A transaction from your Chase account on January 12th, again, the same day that Austin buys his airline ticket. You transfer money from one account, right, into your checking account for $380, and on that same day, January 12th, Austin removes a portion of that money. You deposit $380, he removes $303 while he's in Anchorage, right? From your ATM.
That's what it says.
So clearly, it would indicate you're talking about this trip, correct?
No.
Okay. Looking at Exhibit 183. See here, you have a negative balance in this account. See that?
I do.
And then a bunch of purchases, like we talked about before, Cho-Cho-San. Right? We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah. How do I got a negative account still purchasing? I don't get it.
This is your statement from December 9th of 2016 through January 10th of 2017. See that?
I do. That's what it says.
Here's the next page. This is a statement from January 11th of 2017 to February 8th of 2017. So your balance negative $140 here, right? Page 3 of 183. This one's February 9th of 2017 to March 8th of 2017. You've got about $44, it looks like, in your account, right? Right?
That's what it says.
And then showing you People's 258, Christopher Austin's credit union account. If we look down here, for the date of January 12th, a ticket for $179.30. See that? On January 12th?
That's what it says.
Does that remind you what all of these back and forth conversations would have been between you and Austin, you and Birdsong, and you and Monica during that time period when you're moving money around and Austin is withdrawing money for his plane ticket that he purchases on January 12th to come to LA?
If you're trying to say that everybody was conspiring, no, it's not true.
Okay. So how did you know during the time that you're having Austin come down when he's buying his ticket on January 12th, where Fabio Sementilli would be at the end of the month so that you could kill him?
I wouldn't know exactly. I wouldn't know. I can't remember why yet. I know he was in L.A. He was in L.A. That's all I do remember.
Well, this is weeks before.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's what we just looked at.
Objection, Your Honor. Those were days before, not weeks
Overruled.
January 12th is approximately 2 weeks before January 23rd.
Okay.
Weeks before.
All right.
How did you know where Fabio Sementilli would be 2 weeks out?
I had no idea.
Okay. You were going to need some inside information in order to figure that out, right?
If I was to actually do it like that, I would, but
But you did. Right?
the only way I could know that, it's not inside, it's just probably general information. Through
So from
conversation.
general information, you knew that Fabio Sementilli would be in town 2 weeks out.
Most likely, he was probably in town.
Well, you had to have known that before you went through this whole back and forth in order to get Austin to come out and buy his plane ticket.
I probably picked up on the information, probably.
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 And do you remember also telling Austin that you knew that Fabio Sementilli was going to be on a trip at the end of January, and so you had to get it done before he left? Do you remember that conversation with Austin?
No, I don't.
So if Austin said you told him about this trip coming up at the end of January that Fabio was going to be traveling on for business, he would have just been lucky in making a guess or a coincidence, or how would that have come about?
I have no idea.
So if his source of information wasn't you, where would he have gotten such information?
I have no idea.
So maybe you're saying just a lucky guess?
I'm not even going to say it's a guess. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, he testified that you told him you had to get it done in January because Fabio was leaving the end of the month. And you're telling this jury you didn't tell him anything about that.
If I knew he was leaving at the end of the month somewhere, honestly, I would have postponed it.
You would have postponed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said Monica always told you when Fabio was traveling, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when you guys would get together, right?
Yeah.
Showing you People's 261, showing a reservation for Fabio Sementilli leaving Saturday, January 28th from LA to Boston. See that?
Yeah. There's no way for him to know that.
For who?
Austin.
Right.
Yeah.
Except through you.
There was no reason for me to tell him this.
Well, you were getting him to come out
Yeah, but
to kill Fabio.
I didn't even
so
know
obviously
that.
there was a reason,
I
right?
didn't even know that.
You didn't know it.
On the end of the month thing, I don't remember that. I would have postponed this thing.
Okay. And you said when Austin came out, you took him out for his birthday, right?
I don't recall.
That's what you just told
No,
Mr.
I don't.
Fury last week.
I did. I usually do that every time. It's just standard practice for me to take him for his birthday. So yes,
That would be your protocol, to take him out for his birthday.
it's standard practice.
And did you also tell him before he came out that he should leave his cell phone home?
I did say that,
And why was that?
so they couldn't track him.
So, again, when you were having these conversations with Austin and moving money around for Austin to be able to access from an ATM machine while he's in Alaska, you were, the two of you, planning this murder, right? That's why you told him to leave his phone home.
That was my intention, yes.
And you told him that.
And I told him to leave his phone home, yes.
So he couldn't be tracked when the two of you went to commit the murder.
I didn't explain why. I just said to leave your phone home. I didn't explain it.
Oh, okay. So he just, off the top of his head, would just leave his phone home just because you told him to do so. Is that what you're saying?
Sustained.
You just told him to leave his phone home and he followed your order.
Yeah.
So if he said you told him to leave his phone home for the exact same reason you just told the jury, so he couldn't be tracked, wouldn't he have gotten that information from you? Just like the information regarding Fabio leaving town the end of January?
No, those are two different animals. So one is way different than the other.
Really?
Really?
They're two pieces of information that could only have come from you, right?
Yeah, but one has to do with being tracked, and the other one has to do with some itinerary that I don't know how we got it, because I never told him that.
Okay. That you have a clear recollection that you did not tell him that.
I don't remember telling him anything like that. I don't even remember that information, because I would have postponed it.
Well, you were planning on getting it done before Fabio left. That's what he testified to.
Yeah, that's on him. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay. But it just so happened that that's what you did, right?
It's this thing.
You got it done before Fabio left on his trip, right?
Not knowing about this trip, it was done before his trip, I guess.
Okay. And so you said your standard practice would be to take him out for his birthday. So where did you take him?
I don't remember. Probably a Thai restaurant or something.
Where would that have been?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, how many different Thai restaurants did you go to in the San Fernando Valley?
There's probably like 2 or 3 little Asian places we would go to.
And what are the names of those?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't know.
Thai Bistro? That's one?
That was the one right down the street from me, right?
Is that one of them?
I guess. It sounds familiar.
Chocho-san?
Sounds familiar.
Pho 999?
That sounds familiar.
Okay. Song Fat? P-H-A-T?
That sounds familiar.
Those are the 4 Asian, Thai, noodle, sushi places from your credit card statements.
See, the truth.
Those are the 4.
Yeah, see, I knew it was something
So
like
which
that.
of those did you plan to take him to?
I have no idea.
Don't know.
I don't remember. It's too far. It's too long ago.
But you remember that you didn't tell him that Fabio was leaving town the end of the month.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that either. I can't even remember that.
You also said you were going to talk to him about opening a new business.
Correct.
What was that?
It was a media company I was trying to start off. That was one of them. That was the biggest one. It was a media company.
And did you do that? Did you talk to him about this media company?
I sure did.
So in the middle of planning a murder, you're also talking to him about opening a media company.
Total.
Yes.
And did you do that? Did you open a media company?
I started the process.
Started the process.
Yeah.
What documentation do you have showing that you started the process?
My GoDaddy accounts you guys pulled. It's in there. It's in my GoDaddy account. I started opening domains. I started the process of trying to build a site. That type of thing.
Okay. And you also said that you had wanted to be rid of Fabio and had previously told Austin and Birdsong earlier that year so they would know that your intended victim was Fabio. Do you remember testifying to that last week on direct exam?
Didn't quite sound the same way, but
I'm going to object. That was not the testimony.
Go, Roy.
Do you remember telling the jury that last week?
I don't think it sounded like that. But say it one more time so I can put it together.
Did you ever discuss the fact that you wanted to kill Fabio with Al Birdsong?
No.
Okay. So last week, if you said that you had previously told Austin and Bird earlier that year so they would know it was Fabio, that they referred to Austin and who, if not Birdsong? Who's the other person that you were referring to when you said so they'd know it was Fabio?
So they would know it's Fabio. Can you slow this question down? I really don't
No, I'm
understand what
using
you're
your
saying.
words. So I'm asking you what you meant.
One more time, please.
Did you ever tell Al Birdsong, as well as Chris Austin, that you were planning on killing Fabio Sementilli?
Alfred, no.
Okay. So when you told the jury that last week, that was a mistake on your part.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that.
You wouldn't have said it.
No.
You have page in line. I mean, transcript. Could be, Your Honor.
If counsel is available.
I'm reading directly from my notes, counsel.
No, thank you.
You told this jury last week that you couldn't be around when the murder of Fabio Sementilli went down. Right?
That was the plan.
Yet, what you told us last week was that you received some information from Monica that Fabio was going out to pick up some food somewhere. Remember that?
Through general discussion, yeah.
Through a general discussion.
Right. It was either text or call. She just said he was going to get dinner or something.
And again, if it was a text or a call, it would have been through one of the encrypted apps. At that point in time, it would have been Viber.
Probably.
That's what you told us you used,
I don't.
right?
I don't want to be dead on, but it would be most likely one of those two.
When on the date that you went to the place that Monica told you she was sending Fabio to, when did you receive that information?
I guess prior to him leaving, I guess.
Okay. So she told you in a general conversation that she was going to send Fabio out to a particular place to pick up food.
I don't know if it was a send. It was just like, I don't remember the whole thing. I really don't. All I know is I know he was going to go pick up dinner at this place. That's all I knew. I can't recall.
And you told us that you wanted to establish an alibi before you went to that location, right?
Before I went to, no, it's somewhere I wanted to establish an alibi, period. Just to put me somewhere.
And you said that there were neighbors around when you left. You remember that testimony last week?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And which neighbors were those that you saw before you left to go and catch Fabio at this restaurant the defendant was sending him to?
I can't remember which ones it was. It was
So how would having your neighbors see you leave create an alibi if Fabio was murdered that night?
Well, they could see me there and go, oh, I remember him there.
As you're leaving, you said.
Well, they won't know at the exact time. They won't know the exact time. It's a gamble.
Okay. So your idea of an alibi is people seeing you leave going towards the location where you're going to kill somebody.
Or just seeing me, period.
Just seeing you.
You know, I mean, they don't know I'm going to kill someone. They don't know that.
So somehow by just seeing you leave, that would somehow create an alibi is what
Possibly.
you're thinking.
That would help. Possibly.
That would help. Okay. And which neighbors were those if you were so intent on creating an alibi?
I told you, I can't remember who it was. It was just, I can't remember who it was.
How long after Monica talked to you did you leave your apartment to go to what you said was a Chinese place?
Well, as soon as I figured out which one it was, because it's only two that I remember they go to.
And which two would those be?
The one you were talking about, I know the area, and the other one was the other place that me and Monica and her mother had the little lunch one time.
You had lunch with her mom.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was months before. So those are only two places I know of. I don't even know the name of the place. I really don't know the name of it. I just know where it was.
So you only knew of two.
The ones that they went to, yeah.
How did you know that Fabio wouldn't Google a place and go somewhere else without Monica telling you exactly where they were going?
Because I had a GPS on his car.
You had a GPS on his car. Okay. And last week, when you testified, you never mentioned GPS.
No, I didn't.
I'm going to check, Your Honor, he wasn't asked.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the objection. It's overruled.
State theater.
It's overruled.
No, I didn't tell you anything.
Oh no, you talked for a day and a half on direct exam.
Yeah, but
Right.
I didn't tell you about GPS because you didn't ask me.
Oh, okay. So now you put a GPS on his car.
It's been on his car.
Okay. When did you put a GPS on his car?
Months before.
When?
Months before.
Which car?
The truck and the Porsche.
And where did you do that?
Usually at the house.
I'm sorry?
Usually at his house on the Porsche.
What do you mean, usually at the house?
Because the truck is usually at my place.
Okay. So when you say usually, did you do this on more than one occasion on
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
Porsche?
the batteries died. Yeah, I had to change it out.
Okay. So do you know how many months before the murder you put it on the Porsche?
It was shortly after he got the Porsche. I put it on the Porsche.
What month?
I can't remember. I don't remember offhand. I don't even remember when he got the Porsche, but I know.
Well, you said months. So I'm wondering which month.
I don't remember exactly.
Summer?
I don't remember exactly.
Fall? Winter?
I don't remember. Whenever he got the Porsche, probably a couple of weeks later.
And where did you purchase these GPS monitors from?
No, the first set I bought from first one I bought from Amazon.
Okay.
That was for the truck.
Okay. And when did you purchase that one?
Way early, probably. I would guess March. Maybe. I'm guessing. I don't know.
March
I'm
of 2016?
Yeah, I'm guessing March.
Okay.
I'm guessing. It's just guess. Please don't hold me to this. It's around that time frame.
Okay. And again, guessing, when did you put the monitor on the Porsche?
A couple of weeks after he got the Porsche, whenever he bought it.
Well, you said you guessed March was for the truck, so what month would have been the Porsche? Maybe November, October?
I just answered you. I don't know.
Okay. But you know about the truck, so that's
Yeah, I
why I'm
remember that.
asking you.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That one you remember.
Yeah, I do remember that for sure.
Okay. And how is it that you would monitor these GPS, whatever you bought and put on Fabio Sementilli's vehicles?
It had apps and it was online. It had apps.
It had an app.
I think it had an app or a window, one of the two.
An Apple window?
An app or a window. An internet window, a mobile window. You can access the system.
And which phone would that have been on? Or on a computer?
Probably 6. You could do both. It was both. You could
So
do
you
both.
monitored him from your computer and you monitored
I
him
didn't
from
really
your
monitor
phone?
him. I let it alerts me, and I can monitor. I had the ability to monitor, but I used it to locate and to give me an alert when he came near the house or came near the job.
You mean to LA Fitness?
Yes.
So you're saying now to this jury that you put a GPS on his truck sometime in March of 2016, that you changed it whenever the battery would run out,
It's
so you
about
could monitor his whereabouts.
So I can be alerted if he came near me.
Okay. And you also put a GPS at some point, unknown when, on his Porsche.
As a couple of weeks after he got the Porsche, so I'm sure you have the date when he got the Porsche. I
Well,
don't
you
have
said
that
a
date.
couple months before, so is it weeks or is it months?
For the truck.
So early.
For the truck, it was in March, and for the Porsche, it was whenever he got the Porsche, a couple of weeks later.
Okay.
Whatever that was. I don't remember. I don't have all the documents in front of me.
Okay. And so that night, did you show a photograph of the Porsche to, as you said on direct exam, to Austin, so he would know what the car would look like? Or did you just describe it to him?
I think I described it to him.
Describe the Porsche.
Yeah, I think it
What
was a
did you
black,
describe it as?
a black Porsche. It's probably going to be the only one in there.
In a shopping center, a strip mall.
Yeah, a little strip mall.
What else did you say about the Porsche?
What else is there to say?
Well, I'm asking you.
There's nothing else to say. It's a black Porsche.
Okay?
If-
And on your way to this strip mall, were you in communication with Monica?
I have been in communication with Monica usually all the time, so I don't know. Most likely I probably was, because I'm always in communication with her. Wait a minute, maybe I wasn't. Did I leave my phone home? I can't remember. I might have left my phone home. I can't remember.
Might have left your phone home.
I can't
Because you didn't
remember.
want to be tracked. You told us that.
Yeah, but I had a second phone too.
But you said also that you only communicated with Monica on one phone. Through
Yes.
the 1093 number. Remember you mentioned that
I did.
today and you mentioned that last week?
I did.
So which was it? You left your phone home because you didn't want to be tracked, or you took the phone with you so that you could be in communication with Monica?
Well, I have two phones.
Okay. Again, which one?
Well, I don't know. Well, the one if I'm talking to Monica, I'm using the 1093 number. So
Okay.
I'm thinking if I take the phone, I can't remember if I left it. I think I left it home. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
So last week when you told the jury that you left your phone home so that you couldn't be tracked, was that the truth, a yes, or a lie?
I'm pretty sure I left it at home.
Pretty sure.
You're asking me stuff from 10 years ago. I don't
No,
know.
you brought it up on your direct, so I'm just asking you about it.
I'm letting you know the truth.
So when you told the jury in your official statement last week that you left your phone home again, were you telling them the truth?
I think I was.
Or did you
I
once
think I was.
again lie to them?
I think I was. If it
Which?
wasn't,
Lied?
I
Lied?
think it was the truth.
Pretty sure it was the truth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
But you testified to that.
I know. I'm telling you. I'm going off my knowledge of what I remember, which is hazy at best because it's so long ago. And you're asking for details for piles of paperwork, and I'm wanting me to pull out of my head. I can't do it.
Well, but you brought it up last week, so it came
I'm
out
trying to
clear.
answer the best I can, so I'm giving it to you.
Okay. So you believe you left your phone home, so you couldn't be tracked.
It would seem like that's what I would do.
Okay. So you wouldn't have been in communication with Monica when you went to the strip mall.
I don't think so.
Okay. And how long did it take you to get to the strip mall from your apartment with Austin?
I don't know. It wasn't long, was it? It's not a long trip. It's fairly close. I don't know. It's close. Under 15 minutes, under 10 minutes, under 5 minutes, under 10 minutes maybe. Yeah. I'm guessing. It's
You're
a
guessing
guess.
again.
I'm guessing. That's all a guess.
Okay.
I don't have a stopwatch when I'm running this thing.
Okay. You're running what?
When I'm running a route, I'm not doing a stopwatch so I can answer your question in the future.
I
This
see.
is not coming.
I see. So, in under 10 minutes, you get to the strip mall.
It's an estimate, I'm telling you.
And when you go to the strip mall, you told us that you described the black Porsche. Did you also show a photograph of Fabio to Chris Austin so he would know who to hit?
I don't remember. I don't know. I think I did. I might have. I would have to. I just don't remember if I did or not.
Last week, you remembered that you said you showed him a photo. Today, you don't remember.
I just don't remember right now. I really don't.
So how would Chris Austin know who to attack?
I had to show him a picture. I had to then.
Where would the picture have been?
Probably on my phone.
The phone you left at home.
The phone that I left before I left home. Here, this is what he looks like.
So you
I'm
showed
guessing.
it to him before you left. Showed him the picture before you left.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Well, I'm not sure
You're
of
sure
it.
of it?
Yeah. It only makes sense that way. But he knew what he looked like.
How did he know?
I had to have shown him somehow.
So you showed him a picture before you left, and then you told him to look for a black Porsche, right?
Yeah.
How long did you sit waiting, given that you had GPS, so you already knew exactly when Fabio would show up? How long did you sit waiting at that strip mall for Fabio Sementilli?
I don't know, a few minutes.
A few minutes.
Yeah, probably a few minutes.
Because the GPS is very precise, right?
You have to cycle it. It's got to cycle every minute. It's like a cycle time. You have to cycle it.
Okay, but you had left your phone home at the apartment. We've established that.
The communication phone that I used with Monica, I'm thinking I left it at home. I'm pretty sure I left it at home.
So how is it when you're saying you have to cycle it?
Because I'm using the other phone.
What
my
other
burner
phone?
A burner phone I had.
I see. So you were monitoring Fabio's GPS on his Porsche from your burner phone now.
Well, all that activity is on the burner phone.
Okay. And so you're monitoring on the burner phone Fabio as he's going to the location, because you were only there for a few minutes, right?
Yes.
And so what do you do when you get to the location where you believe Fabio is headed based on your GPS? Bless you.
I go to some place where I think where there's no cameras, and I let Chris out and tell him this is where it is, and he can see it. Can you see it?
And when you
The strip mall area.
you went to a location where there were no cameras, where would that
Where
be?
I thought there were no cameras.
Where would that be?
I would have to look at the area to tell you. I don't want to be guessing too much anymore with you because yeah. But it was close. It was close. It was
Well,
all
it says in where?
within sight. I can see it.
You can see what?
The strip mall, the parking lot.
Okay. So somewhere within sight, you let Chris Austin out.
Yes.
Okay. And as you've said, you've already described the Porsche, right? You've shown him a photo of Fabio. And what do you tell him to do?
It goes without saying. I don't have to say anything.
So he just knew all on his own what to do when he got there.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you have a conversation with him about what he was supposed to do when the two of you got to the strip mall? Again, when did you have that conversation so the two of you would be on the same page?
When he got there to L.A., we had started this discussion about how I was going to do this. And I just said I needed to wait for an opportunity to arise.
And what was the discussion the two of you had about the opportunity?
I had to wait for the opportunity, and I had to listen to find information. I didn't tell him that. I knew that. I told him, I'm waiting for information to come in, and that's it.
Waiting for information to come in.
Yeah, so to him, it sounded...
From Monica?
From whoever. I didn't tell him where.
Okay.
I said for information to come in.
And so once information came in, then what did you tell him he was supposed to do?
Well, I told him if he's going to strike, you got to, I told him how to do it.
What do you mean?
How
to do it?
How to commit a murder with a knife.
Okay.
And to make it quick.
Pretend I'm him. Tell me what you told him.
You have to cut for the neck.
Go for the neck.
You have to make it quick.
Okay. So you told Austin to go for the neck. Is that right?
That's what I told him. Make it quick. Try to make it as painless as possible. And we get out of there.
And did you give him anything?
Yeah, he had the knife I gave him.
What knife did you give him?
It was the smaller one.
What smaller knife?
The one that was used later.
Which one?
The one that was used for the murder.
Which one? Describe it.
It was 8 inches long. It was a small hunting knife.
Okay. You gave him a small hunting knife.
Yes.
Is this the same knife that you brought with you when you and Austin went to Las Vegas in July of 2016 to stay at Al Birdsong's and meet up with Monica?
No.
It's a different knife.
Yeah.
Where did you get this knife?
This one was like Target or something. I think it was Target or Walmart.
Target or Walmart?
Yeah, I can't remember which one.
Where was the second knife?
That was the one that was used for the strip mall and the actual murder. The other knife was gone. I got rid of it because it was gaudy. It was just for a show.
You got rid of the July knife
Yes.
before Austin came to Los Angeles in January.
Yes.
Okay. So you gave him a second knife, not the one you had showed him in July.
Correct.
Another knife that you had purchased, again, either at Walmart or you said Target.
Correct.
Okay. And you told him to hit Fabio in the neck.
Yes.
Okay. And you let him out at the strip mall?
Down the street.
Down the street.
Yeah. I can still see everything from a distance.
Okay. Would you have binoculars, special kinds of glasses?
No.
What are you using to be able to see in the strip mall?
Nothing.
And so how far away are you from the strip mall when you let him out?
I don't have the exact distance.
Give us an estimate.
I don't want to do that. I might be
Well,
too
you're
off.
a military guy, so you know things like that, right?
Not in here. I'm not. Not in here. My military days are over.
Okay. So you let him out somewhere, right?
Close enough for him to run up to the parking lot.
Okay. And where do you go?
At a safe distance where I can see and be out of the way.
Where do you go?
I don't remember exactly. I would have to look, and it was right off Ventura Boulevard, somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
So some ways away from the strip mall?
A little bit, but enough where I can see if there's some kind of movement.
Movement. By who?
Anybody.
Anybody.
Yep. But I'm still moving around because I don't want to sit still too long.
So you're driving around.
I'm driving.
So you're not like at any kind of a parked location.
No.
And how long are you driving around?
Seemed like hours, but it wasn't. It was probably minutes. I'm guessing. It's a guess.
Could it have been hours?
No, I don't want to say that. No. Why don't you holding me to it again? No, it wasn't hours though.
Not hours.
It wasn't hours.
So you told us that you get some information from Monica that she's going to send Fabio out to pick up food, right? Some kind of Chinese, you said, right?
Correct.
And you knew, you told us that the family only went to 2 places ever.
That I knew of that they usually go to.
Okay. And you had no way of knowing if Fabio was going to pick a different place, right?
He might have. He could have.
But before you went, you told us you had this GPS tracker
Had it on it for a while.
on the Porsche.
On both cars.
And so you were watching the Porsche do what before you left your apartment and made your alibi with the people that saw you leave?
It was still sitting.
He was still sitting,
Car showed still sitting.
okay?
So I just went to Ventura Boulevard to the halfway mark and just waited to see.
I see. So you went and sat on Ventura Boulevard to see if he would come to the one location.
Either one okay, to see which one we would go to.
So were you driving back and forth between 2 different locations?
I just told you, I just sat in the middle.
You sat in the middle.
I said, yeah, kind of in between. It's further down the street off Ventura Boulevard.
I thought you told us that you sat at a location where you could see Chris Austin at the strip mall.
No, what you asked me was from where once Fabio parked, that's when I did that.
Okay. So
mixed
you
it
actually
up.
saw Fabio drive in to the
No,
strip mall.
I didn't. I was too far. I didn't want to get that close
So how did you just say once he parked if you didn't see it?
because I assumed it's about that time where he would have to park.
You assumed.
Yes.
Okay. So at some point in time as you're driving around, you decide he's probably going to come to this location and park.
Oh, he does. I see the Porsche eventually go by.
Oh, you did see it.
I saw the
Okay.
Porsche go by. It's nighttime.
Okay. So you saw the Porsche.
Eventually.
Okay. After how long of waiting at the strip mall did you eventually see the Porsche?
I don't know how much time went by. It wasn't that long.
10 minutes?
It wasn't that long.
Less than 5?
It was a short time.
It was what?
It was a short time.
Like how long?
It was minutes.
Minutes. So as soon as you leave, you go to the strip mall, but you're parked in between two different locations.
No, I'm parked in part before that happens.
Okay. And then you see the Porsche go by on, are you saying on Ventura Boulevard?
Yes.
Okay. And so you then what? Follow him?
I don't follow him. I let him go. Keep going. I want him to go ahead and get parked.
So you park where?
This is the quick question you keep asking me again in a different way. I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was drop him off and drop Chris off in an area where I think there's no cameras. Let him go. Then once he goes, I get away from that just in case he's seen and try to find another place so I can keep an eye on things if I
In case
can.
Chris is seen.
Yes.
But nobody knows him here. That was the whole point of having him come, right?
Yeah, and that's part of it.
So that whole little piece about in case he's seen. So where do you go then? Once you see the Porsche go by, how do you know which strip mall or store or restaurant Fabio's going to go to?
Because he parks the car in the parking lot.
Oh, so you saw him parked.
I told you I did.
Okay, I just want to be clear. You told us that you saw him go by. You didn't say you saw him park. So you saw Fabio park the Porsche, yes?
Yes.
In the strip mall.
Yes.
And where does he park?
It looks like it was sort of in the front, maybe about 50 yards from Ventura Boulevard in front of the area where the restaurant was.
So he parks right in front of the restaurant.
Sort of, but kind of a way. I guess he was trying to keep his car from getting banged or something.
Okay. So where in relation to the restaurant does he park?
In front of it.
Describe us. Describe for us the place.
It's a restaurant with a big parking lot with a lot of different stores. He parks kind of in front of it, but away from it at the same time. It's the best I can do.
Okay. And then what do you see?
I move.
You move where?
I drive. I'm going to go to a different spot. I'm moving to a different spot. So now I'm trying to make sure I get out of the way. I don't want to make sure that my car is nowhere seen anywhere.
Okay. And then what?
Moments later, I get a call because I'll call on the burner, and he says, "Come pick me up."
Moments later.
No stopwatch. Don't know how much time went by. No stopwatch, so I don't know.
And is this Austin that you're saying he?
Yes.
He said, "Come pick me up."
Come pick me up, and I'm in the back. I'm in the back of the strip mall.
And you pick him up.
But right,
Okay.
and I already know it hadn't been done.
Because you were watching and you didn't see anything happen.
I'm watching, but I'm not watching the entire time because remember, I'm moving around.
Okay. And what time of day is this?
In the evening.
What time?
I don't know. I don't know the exact time. I don't.
And while you've got your burner phone, not the one you use with Monica, So you're not communicating with her from that burner
I don't
phone,
think I
right?
am because I'm purposely leaving it behind because I'm thinking it might get pinged. I'm
Right.
thinking.
That's what you told us.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Right. So you're not in communications with Monica at all during this time period.
What do
Right?
you mean the whole day?
No, during the time that you're, as you told us, driving around in the area of the strip mall, watching the Porsche go by,
I don't
Parking
really
your
remember,
car,
honestly. I don't really remember.
watching Fabio park, waiting for Austin. No communications, right?
I don't really remember. I don't think so, but I don't really remember that.
If I were to tell you that a geolocation expert testified in this case that you were sitting in the area of this strip mall for over 3 hours
Wow.
the night of the attempted hit on Fabio, does that surprise you?
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Okay.
It was not that long.
And if I were to tell you during that over 3 hour period that there were approximately 60 Viber messages between you and Monica during that period of time, is that going to change your testimony to this jury?
No, because I don't know. I don't remember all 3 hours. I don't remember that.
Okay. If I were to also tell you that that night Fabio was not driving the Porsche, would that also change your testimony?
I saw a black Porsche. So, I saw a black Porsche.
And that was the one you were following based on your
I saw.
GPS.
Yes.
And your, bless you, your GPS showed that the other vehicle that you had a tag on, a GPS tag on, was still at the Sementilli home. That would be the black Ford F-150, right?
Correct.
So if Chris Austin came in and testified before this jury that you showed him a picture of Fabio and described a black or a dark blue colored Ford F-150 and that that's the vehicle that he saw come into the shopping center, again, does that change your testimony to this jury?
It tells you that my memory is so screwed up that I couldn't even remember that because I'm the one who took him.
Showing you Exhibit 159. The day that you said you were waiting for an opportunity to arise. This is January 22nd of 2017. Would it surprise you to see that once again there are communications back and forth between you and Monica starting just after midnight, picking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and going all the way through the day? See that?
I do.
Showing you the second page. Again, messages going all the way through the day. You see that?
I do.
And the third page, once again, messages starting at 5:14 between you and Monica, all the way on this page till 8:37 at night.
Okay.
See that?
Yes.
And on the next page, the last page, again, from 8:37 all the way till 9:55 p.m. You see that?
I do.
Would it
I do.
surprise you to know that there were 180 Viber messages between you and Monica on the day that you and Austin attempted to kill Fabio Sementilli at this pho restaurant or Chinese place or whatever you want to call it at a strip mall?
What day is this? This says the 23rd? Yeah, the 23rd of January and the 22nd of January.
22nd into the 23rd.
Okay, I see it
After
now.
midnight.
All right, I
See
see it.
that?
They're 2 different days. I got it now. All right. They're 2 different days.
180 Viber messages on January 22nd.
Yeah,
The day of the attempted hit.
Okay. We Viber all the time. We text, we chatted all the
You
time.
don't have your phone with you.
I
your
said,
phone's at home.
I told you. I told you. I didn't, I'm not sure. I told you this.
Okay. And this is the same application that the next night you deleted after the murder because, as you told this jury last week on several different occasions, because
glitchy.
it was glitchy.
Yep.
But it worked on January 22nd, right? Because the information she provided you got you to the right shopping center, right?
It didn't get me to a right shopping center. It just happened. She mentioned that they were going to dinner. I just picked it up on my own. I picked up the information by myself.
On your own.
I just listened. All I do is listen. That's all I did. Listen.
So if I were to tell you that the defendant Googled phone near me and then sent an address to Fabio to pick up, that information was then provided to you, correct?
That is the first I heard of this.
In addition to communicating through Viber, did you and the defendant also communicate through the Lifestyle Lounge application?
Did we communicate through it?
Yeah, it has a chat feature, just like Viber.
We used it.
To chat, right?
Used it.
To talk, make calls, right? Just like you would through Viber.
We used it. I forgot how it works though, but it wasn't our primary way of sending messages.
Showing you Exhibit 259. Page 3. Here at 512. You see here Monica's phone number and Fabio's phone number.
I don't know his phone number,
But she had a GPS on his car, right?
but not on his phone.
Okay. Well, it says from Daddy. I'm going to tell you this is his number.
Okay.
See this right here? Google search, phone near me. From Fabio to Monica.
I know nothing about that.
Okay. A little further down. You see here on the defendant Monica's web history at 512. She's Googling phone near me.
Okay, I know nothing about that either.
Showing you Exhibit 260. See this here? Phone near me. 512, like I said,
Is that the
on
same?
the prior document.
Is that the same one? The same?
It's
same
another
thing?
document. I just gave you the exhibit number, okay?
Yeah.
See this over here? Phone near me at 512.
Okay.
Lifestyle Lounge. See that?
Okay.
See here at the top of the last page of People's 260 at 514, a location on Ventura Boulevard. See that?
I see it.
And then down here, about 25 minutes later, 541, a message from Monica. We talked about this being her email address. You want like chicken fried rice? See that?
Okay, I see it.
And see the phone number attached to it?
I see that number.
That's Bella.
Yeah, I know nothing about all this though.
But somehow, despite the
Your
fact...
Honor, can we approach?
This is a PowerPoint from a geolocation expert, which is on Exhibit 158 for the date of January 22nd. See this red area?
Yes. Yes.
And see this smaller red area within it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that too.
You see that right here it has your address, your old address on Independence.
Yes.
See that? Do you recall receiving a phone call from Monica at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, I don't. I can't. I don't.
Immediately after receiving that phone call, you left your apartment. That would be in the afternoon. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
And then, after receiving that phone call, you drive to the same area that was on the exhibit I just showed you, where Monica was looking up the address that we see here. See that?
I see what's on the paper.
Okay. And then you are in the area of this particular location, 19548 Ventura Boulevard, from 3:30 until 6 p.m. 2.5 hours. Remember being there waiting for 2.5 hours for Fabio to get there before Fabio even knew he was going there? No?
I don't remember being. I really don't. I mean,
And while you're waiting there for 2.5 hours, you and Monica exchanged 69 Viber messages.
Well, we're always texting. That's nothing new.
Nothing new, right? Except
We're
this
always
day
texting.
there's an
We're always
attempted
texting.
hit.
We're always texting. So it's nothing new. We're always
Except
texting.
this happens during the time that you're waiting for Fabio to show up based on information Monica gave you before Fabio was even Googling Fo that day. So you know about it before Fabio does. How's that?
I remember that.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Argumentative.
Sustain.
How did you know where Fabio was going before even Fabio knew where he was going?
No, I'm always on Ventura Boulevard
sorry?
anyway.
Argumentative.
No, I'm gonna overrule that.
I'm always on Ventura Boulevard anyway. So
But you weren't this night.
I remember when he showed up, it was dark, and I knew it was dark, and I remember being there when it was dark. I don't remember when I was being there during the daylight. I just don't remember that. I don't. Not for that purpose, anyway.
So you just happen to be on Ventura Boulevard waiting in a car with Chris Austin, your co-conspirator, with a knife to carry out a hit on Fabio Sementilli hours before he even showed up there.
I wouldn't even sit there for 3 hours like that.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. The testimony was not that definite.
It's overruled.
You said that when Chris Austin got back to your car, or you had to call, he had to call you, right?
Correct.
But you told him to leave his phone home.
And a burner phone.
You gave him a burner phone when he came in.
Yeah.
So he calls you, right? And you go pick him up.
Correct.
And he tells you he couldn't do it.
I could tell he didn't do it, but yeah.
But he
did.
told you that.
He told me that too.
Right? And you could tell from the way that he was talking that this was something that Chris Austin wasn't going to be able to do himself, right?
Well, after that, yeah.
And so you told him that you would go with him to carry out the hit, right?
When?
The next day.
No, I told him I needed him to be my lookout.
Okay. And you also told us that you had to put Austin in the middle of the murder in order to ensure his silence, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, a lookout would obviously be responsible perhaps for something far different than a murder.
Objection.
Right?
Madison strikes not an evidence.
Calls for a legal conclusion to stand on that ground.
You brought him with only to be a lookout, you said.
That was my intention, yes.
Yet you had to go with him to commit the murder, right?
Or he went with me.
Okay? You brought him with, right?
We went together.
He came here because you asked him to in order to kill your girlfriend's husband, to get him out of the way, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the next day, you told us that in the morning, Monica texted you and said she's going to the gym, right?
Texter called.
Okay. And she came to the gym that day, right? The two of you met there,
Correct.
right? What time was that?
11-ish. I'm guessing.
So let me take our lunch recess until 1:30. The admin applies. Don't discuss this case either among yourselves or with anyone else or form or express any opinion until the cause is finally submitted to you. Have a good lunch.